Hi, my name is Maggie Wild, the Potentialist. We're going to be talking today about the battle in the head between the part of you that wants to make great decisions about food and healthy eating, and maybe the part of you that wants to get fit and healthy, but the part of you that sabotages and procrastinates and has emotional eating patterns around boredom hunger, stress hunger, comfort hunger, lonely hunger, reward hunger, punishment hunger, you name it. So we're really looking at that battle in the head between those two parts. So I'd like to welcome an amazing lady by the name of Trish Walker. Hey Trish, how you doing?
Hi Maggie, I'm good.
Trish, you've been one of those people that has battled with the battle in the head between emotions and food, and emotions and eating in particular, not just food, for a long, long time, for over 50 years in fact, and you've only really been free of that battle for the last 3 years. Can you describe that battle in your head for me?
It was just, I obsessed with food all the time. I couldn't think of anything else. It was like I was trapped in my head. Um, there was no space left for thinking. I was very fearful, and fearful of people, fearful of food, fearful of life, really. Um,
Mm-hmm. And
yeah.
how did it affect you, that battle in your head? Because obviously some major changes have happened to you since you've gained freedom from that battle.
I had yo-yoed all my life, and so part of the battle was the disappointment and just I'd given up on myself because I just couldn't keep it off. So I had lost and gained 50 kilos, which I think it's over 100 pounds.
That's about 120 odd pounds, yes.
Yeah, 3 times, and I had never ever felt comfortable in my body. Because I just was addicted to food. I used food for whether I was happy, sad, angry. It didn't matter what I was. It was just food was my obsession, really.
Hmm. And so what were some of the physical things about your body prior, besides the weight, obviously,
Yeah.
prior to winning this battle?
I was so big that I couldn't put my own shoes on. I couldn't buy clothes. Um, my blood pressure was sky high. At one stage, they thought I would have a stroke because it was 200 over something or other. I can't even remember. So I was on a lot of medication for that. I felt like I was under stress all the time. It was like I was in fight or flight. So I was all I can remember is just very fearful of people at work, and I had no confidence, no self-esteem. I hated myself.
So what was the turning point for you to decide enough is enough, I can't do this battle anymore, that the issue was in your head, you recognized that. So what was the turning point for you for turning to a program where it's about rewiring your mind,
Yeah.
reprogramming?
I had always known that it was in my head, but I could never find anyone to help fix my head. I had dietitians and doctors who helped me lose weight, but nothing ever fixed my head. And so I was so desperate that I was almost ready to have surgery because I
Mm-hmm.
figured I had to take my head out of it because I couldn't stop eating. I felt like I just couldn't stop. I had no control whatsoever. And I just happened to go to the doctor. He referred me to a psychologist, and I was desperate. And she said, "Have you tried hypnosis?" And that's what I did. And I haven't looked back. It's
So
just
you
been
found
amazing.
your way to the program.
Oh, it's
So
yeah.
describe the difference now, because for 50 odd years you've had a constant stream of what ifs, what if I fail, what if I fail again, what if this happens, what if that happens. You've had this constant barrage of thoughts that even whilst you were eating you were thinking about what you were going to eat
Yeah,
next.
yeah.
What's different in your head right now?
I have a normal relationship with food, and that
How do
is
you know
just.
that? What does that mean? Because there's people out there that have struggled with that battle like you.
It means I don't think about food. I listen to my body, and I eat. I don't eat for any other reason other than nutrition. I still enjoy it, and it's not, but it's natural and normal. Whereas before, I just had to eat and eat and eat and just stop. I don't know. Sometimes I just didn't stop. I ate to the point of almost exploding. Whereas now, I have compassion for my body, and I just don't want to hurt it like that anymore. And so I've learnt to switch off the emotional attachment to food, which is just amazing.
Because I remember when you first came to see me, there was a lot of rejection of yourself, and you couldn't even look in the mirror at yourself at one point when I asked you to do that. So tell me what's different about that now.
I love and accept myself, and I'm not perfect. I don't have the perfect body, but I am happy in my own skin. I'm happy to be me. Whereas before, I couldn't even look in the mirror because I'd avoided my reflection. I would avoid mirrors because I hated myself. I absolutely hated myself because of all the failure. I couldn't master this, but I have now, and I've been at my goal weight. I think it must be, well, it's nearly 2 years, and I have never.
Was it really about weight for you?
No, it's about the battle in the head. It's about being comfortable where I'm at, and knowing that it's not going to go back on. It's having that, getting rid of the self-doubt and having that confidence in myself.
So what are the physical things that are different now? We know that you're over half your weight. You're obviously half the size you used to be. But what else is physically different?
Just the way my poise, the way I don't know, but my posture is different. I wear makeup now. I take pride in myself. I can wear some gorgeous clothes and I can just pick them off the rack.
Would you have ever gone on national television before you cleared this battle in your head?
No.
And have you been on national television?
Yes.
How
and
amazing.
been in Women's Day, and I've done photo shoots. I would never have done that before. Never even thought about it.
Obviously, if your head was so filled with this battle before and you were always thinking about food or that you shouldn't have or wished you hadn't or whatever was going on for you, now that you've got all this space in your brain, what do you do with that space?
I'm just comfortable. I can choose what I want to do. And I think I'm a more useful person because before I was very busy at, I don't know, trying to survive, but now I'm living. And just enjoying that.
What's the difference in your relationships?
Amazing. I'm just a nicer person. I'm happier. Before I was very defensive, very angry. So I think that's been, even though I didn't think I was angry, there was a hell of a lot of anger under there, so I've been able to release that. And so I'm just a much easier person to live with, and my relationship with my husband is probably the best that it's ever been, and even with my children, because I'm present and I'm just so much happier in myself.
If you could, because obviously there's a lot of people out there that are dealing with this battle, and you know, some people, like I was originally before I developed these strategies, I used to believe that there was no way out of it, that I was trapped in that cycle of emotional eating and trapped in that cycle of constantly being fearful of food or attracted to food, one or the other.
Yeah.
If you could offer somebody out there who's dealing with that battle right now, now that you're on the other side of it, an inspiring message, what would that be?
Food will never fix an emotional need, and that's been a big realization for me because food fixed everything. Well, I thought it did. It just made it worse. But in my head, when I was emotionally eating, I just thought food was the only thing that I had to fix it. And it just never will. So if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. And for me, this was something so different, but it's so easy. as well. It's the easiest thing that I've ever done, and I just wish I had found Maggie's program 20 or 30 years ago. But I guess everybody's finds out about it at the right time. Just give it a go. You know, what have you got to lose? You haven't got anything to lose. You've got your health to gain, and just to free up that headspace.
I think the big key is it's always about self-worth underneath it all, and if we can build that and build our sense of self, then food doesn't actually comfort us at all. It's still the most enjoyable thing. It's still something you can enjoy, and it doesn't mean you'll never have a chocolate again. It doesn't mean you'll never have any sweet treats or unhealthy foods again. It just means that you'll have a normal relationship and less of that and less often, and it will feel really balanced. And I think that's what's developed for you. Would that be correct, Trish? It's just a normal thing now.
Absolutely. And I don't lose control anymore. I can just have a bite of chocolate or a marshmallow as a sweet. And it doesn't mean that I can't have anything else. This program's not about deprivation and not having anything, really. It's just having that normal portion, and it's amazing.
I'm so excited that you found you, that I felt very honoured to work with you over the last couple of years, so congratulations. And you know, if anyone is interested in finding out more, I do offer complimentary assessment sessions just to have a chat about what's going on for you in your head. Feel free to click the link below if you think that might be helpful to you. Thank you for sharing, Trish. I know that it's been an amazing journey for you, and I've valued and really enjoyed helping and supporting you along that. So thank you for sharing with everybody today as well.
Thank you, Maggie.